Hello, and welcome to hopefully another edutaining episode of Create Simple Meals. So, today, we're doing bread pudding. Had the thought in my head, like, you know what? I want some bread pudding. Now, bread pudding is one of those meals that you can have a lot of fun with it. I mean, you can do it with raisins, craisins. I mean, there's no limit to it. In addition to having a sweet bread pudding, believe it or not, there are savory bread puddings. And one of these days, I might do this here on the show. But today, we're doing a very simple bread pudding. You're going to take a cup of sour cream, a cup of packed brown sugar, about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 4 large eggs, 3 cups and half, or you can use heavy cream to give it that really rich flavor. 8 cups, which is about maybe 9 ounces of French bread that you want to tear up into pieces by hand. And for that, and some raisin bread, and that about do it. So let's go ahead and get started here right now. We already have our brown sugar in the bowl here. We're going to add in these eggs. You know what? I hate cracking eggs like this. But anyway, we're going to add in our eggs. See, our resident TikToker is back with us again today. She's filming they're doing it for the gram. These eggs, one more. And then we're going to start adding the rest of our liquids. All right, so we got that in there. We're going to add in now about a cup of sour cream. Get this out so y'all can see a better picture of it. We're going to add a cup of sour cream. All right, that's that. Add a cup of that sour cream. Give me a favor, stick that in the refrigerator over there. Now we're going to put in a cup of, I'm using half and half. So the heavy cream will give it a way richer flavor. But I decided to go ahead and just put in some half and half. So a cup of half and half. We already have our brown sugar in there. We're going to put in a teaspoon of this vanilla. Funny thing about this vanilla, so we was on a cruise, and first time we went out to Ensenada, my wife got this vanilla, went back a year or so later, got it again, so she swears this is the best vanilla in the world, but we didn't go on a cruise this year because, well, Corona, and now we almost out of vanilla. So, guess you got to figure out something else. Maybe that's why she ain't been baking no cakes. Yeah, just tell us that thing. All right, so we got all that in here, and we're going to go ahead and whisk this. Get this out of my way. Go ahead and start mixing this together. As always, folks, this show is brought to you by the Self-Employed Tax Guy and Self-Lodge Planning. So for all your business consultation needs, tax preparation needs, please hit up the Self-Employed Tax Guy. And for your group and individual travel, please hit up Self-Lodge Planning. So, and while you're sitting there waiting, folks, please subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. And for all your questions that you have, comments, criticism, whatever you want, send us an email at askme@createsimplemeals.com. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this all blended together. If you're just now tuning back in, folks, we are doing a bread pudding today. We've added in a cup of sour cream, a cup of packed brown sugar, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 4 large eggs. We're going to put in 3 cups of heavy cream and some French rolls. You're going to take the French rolls. You want to just go ahead and kind of tear them up by hand, and some raisin bread, which you'll see how that goes in a minute. Again, as I told y'all, every mistake I make, y'all gonna see it. And y'all heard me say 3 cups, and I only put in 1 cup. Let's go and add 2 more cups in here. I was wondering, I'm like, this is looking really thick, like I'm about to make French toast. All right, now we back on track. Finished incorporating that all together. Then I get y'all. I just want to beat that all together, and that's that. So now that we got that done, get that out of my way. We're gonna go ahead and actually give me a little bit of space here because I don't need this burner right this moment. That's gonna be for the sauce that we're gonna do. All right, so now take your pan and you want to grease this pan up extremely well. I have this foil because I want to pre-measure how much saran wrap I'm going to need on this. Okay, grab me a glove or 2. And what you want to do is, the first thing you want to do is you want to layer. I don't want to lose none of you. You take you some already dried out raisin bread, and you buy it fresh, put it in the oven for about 30 minutes or so on 300. So you want to grease this pan up real well, and you're going to layer the bottom of this with raisin bread. Now, by doing it with the raisin bread, you don't have to put raisins in it, because everybody, for some reason, ain't a big fan of raisins. Now, from that, let me grab another one. Come out to get my hands wet in a second. We're going to take all of these, push these off to the side. We're going to take all of this bread, and again, you just want to just tear it up by hand. You ain't got to put all of it in because I'm quite sure this is more than what I need. We're just going to put as much in there. You want to fill it up as much as possible. Get all them little empty spots in there. Press them on down because we're going to have to, and that actually might be all we're going to get up in there. But yeah, you just want to get them as packed as possible. Now take some of the matter of fact, you know, I'm going to make my life a whole lot easier. You want to take half of it and you want to pour all, I don't know why I just thought about that lady ain't feed when I said that. All of that custard on it, making sure you get as much soaked in as possible. Put a little bit more. But you want to soak all of that in and press it down as much as you can. Use both my hands on this one. You want to get that good and pressed in there to get all these pieces to absorb as much as you can. Now, to that, we're going to take the other pieces and we're going to layer them right on top. Now, again, folks, I say you can have a lot of fun with this. You could have added more raisins inside. I've done it once where I took the raisins and I soaked them in cognac the night before. Like I said, there is no limit when it comes to bread pudding. You grab that spatula back and get all that goodness and mercy on in there. All right, so now we want to take this and you want to get it all over. Just remind me of that. What's that show you watched? With a dude with the camera and they always filming too. Catfish. You the dude from Catfish. You the one who walk around with the camera? Yeah. All right. You didn't find that funny, did you? push that down as much as you can. Because like I said, you want to get this all absorbed up in there. I would have learned once I put it in here that I didn't have enough milk. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, this stuff ain't soaking up. All right, like I said, get your hands. You can use a spatula, but these work just as well. Get it pressed as much as you can. Let me see, can I get you a closer shot? You can see all that is pressed as far down as we can get it. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're actually done with this for now. We're gonna cover this up. Actually, no, wait a minute. Do me a favor, grab that cooking spray out the house. We're gonna spray the top of this with some Pam. We're gonna cover it up, let it sit for about 20 minutes. We're gonna cover this up with saran wrap or plastic wrap, as well as some foil. And you're gonna bake it just like that. You're gonna sit this pan inside of another cookie sheet with a rim cookie sheet and pour just a little bit of water around it to keep moisture in the oven. And you're gonna bake it. You wanna spray that so you don't want it to stick. Cover this up. You're basically creating a real steamy, humid environment for this. You cover it up with that, cover it up with the foil, and I'm gonna let this just sit out here for a minute, and then I'm gonna take it in the house and go ahead and bake it. And let's get on to making, that can sit right there for the time being. Let's get on to making this sauce. All right, so for the sauce, now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was thinking about this, and normally I know you've seen, what am I trying to say? Bread pudding sauces, and they usually put cognac in them. Well, my wife has a bunch of French vanilla vodka on there because my friend, buddy, business partner, and the guy that helps produce this show always bring her this. Now this bottle here got to be, I don't know, old. But he always brings her this stuff and she don't drink it. So I'm like, I don't drink this stuff. Let's go ahead and try and make us a nice little sauce with this. So the first thing we're gonna do, get our burner on and start melting down this butter. So for the sauce, make sure the recipe for the sauce, real simple. You're gonna use a half a cup of butter or a stick of butter, a cup of sugar, 2 cups of water that you're gonna divide, and 2 tablespoons of, I'm using Cîroc French Vanilla Vodka, but you can put whatever flavor you want in here. We're just going with the vodka today. Once this gets all melted down, we're gonna blend it up, let that cool, and that's gonna be a part of the topping for our bread pudding. All right, so let me get me some water here. 1.5 cups of water. That's a cup and a third. All right, me 1.5 cups of water. Add the sugar in there. Come on. Oh, 1.5 cups of this water. We're gonna boil that all down. Turn this up a little bit. We're just gonna get this whisk together and boil that down. Now, this is gonna boil down for 25 minutes. So we're gonna do some of that, what they call that Hollywood magic, and speed it up after a certain point. But while I'm letting that come to a boil, I's gonna make me a drink. Pardon moi. So my daughter sees the bourbon, and she's like, wait a minute, I thought we was doing vodka. I'm like, we are. We doing the vodka, but I don't drink that stuff. I want to make some bourbon. So I'm gonna make me a quick Manhattan while we waiting for this thing to heat up. And we'll be right back, folks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, this sauce is boiling some. Not quite where we're at, but while we're doing that, gonna make me a Manhattan. So we're gonna put in this vermouth, sweet vermouth. I got it as a gift in one of them Rob Report boxes. I've been excited to try and find something to make it with. Put me a little bit of bourbon. All right, folks. While we're waiting this to finish cooking down just a little bit more, please, as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube and that notification bell. Like us on Facebook, and please follow us on Instagram. And for any questions you have, comments, recommendations, please email us at askme@createsimplemeals.com. The email just should be scrolling there at the bottom of the screen. And as always, folks, this show is brought to you by the Self-Employed Tax Guy and Self-Lodge Planning. So for all your travel needs, your individual and group travel, please hit up Self-Lodge Planning. And for all your business consultation needs or tax needs, please hit up the Self-Employed Tax Guy. In fact, what's today? It's 23rd. So this Friday, I'm actually going to be on the Self-Employed Tax Guy's show. I think we're talking about business, friends, and family. So please look him up on YouTube, the Self-Employed Tax Guy. I will be on there. All right, so this is reduced down to about by half. We're gonna add in. Now, I'm gonna say this on, if you were using over a flame, you should absolutely turn this off. I'm using an induction burner, so that's why I'm not turning off the flame, but never pour alcohol over an open flame. Put in 2 tablespoons of that vanilla, and we want to put in another half cup or so of water. That's good. That's good. That's real good. I'm surprised because I ain't gonna lie, that's the idea I had in my head, but that's good. That French vanilla, matter of fact, I'm thinking put a little bit more in there, just because. But that's good. That is good. We're gonna boil this down. So we're basically done with that. We're gonna let this cool down. While we're letting that cool down, we're gonna go ahead and finish baking the bread pudding, and then we'll see you in about maybe an hour, hour and a half or so after it bakes, and show you that final product. While you're waiting for us to come back, please hit that subscribe button, subscribe to us on YouTube, and hit that notification bell. Like us on Facebook, Follow us on Instagram, and for all of your questions, comments, recommendation, please email us at askme@createsimplemeals.com. Like I say, as soon as we come back and show you all this, that'll be the final test. Remember, while we're waiting, when it comes to cooking, there's actually only 3 rules we have. You must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. We'll see you folks back in about an hour and a half to show you that final product of this bread pudding. All right, folks, and we are back. So, it's been a few hours. The bread pudding has cooked and settled down some. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm dog tired. But just to recap the recipe for today's show, what we did today was a bread pudding. We took a cup of sour cream, about a cup of packed brown sugar, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 4 large eggs, some half and half, and we mixed that all together into a custard. We then poured that over some French rolls and some raisin bread that we had prepared. So we also made a French vanilla Cîroc topping. Y'all saw that earlier. So this is our final product. Let's go ahead and get y'all a nice zoom in there. So that is the final look of the bread pudding. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to cut us a nice little square. We're going to share this because it's late, I'm tired, and this is too much for me to eat. Let's see, can I get it up in one smooth setting? Sorry about that, stinks. Grab us some of this French vanilla Cîroc. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, can I pour? Oh, all right. And the sauce is thin because it's supposed to be. I thought about it and I was sitting there like, do I want to thicken this up? And I'm like, nah, this sauce is supposed to be thin, so we're going to leave it as is. So let's go ahead and give this a nice taste test. You want to try this? Might want to grab your, yeah. You can tell I'm forgetting my words and everything. On the bench. Let's see what she say before I give my my verdict of it. It is, ain't it?
I'm not about to get you, but hold on. That tastes like Cinnabon, like.
Right?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. That, so you were saying it tastes like Cinnabon, that you know, the mall shop thing everybody get. So, and I was concerned, or maybe I should have put more liquid in it, but that's one of the reasons why you want to keep the topping, the sauce, why it's so loose, because it's going to keep on permeating down in there. I'm giving another bite before I finish this show, because after this me and Sugar don't get along. I've been passed out. But I ain't gonna say it's the best, but it's one of the best I've ever made. So, just to recap real quick, sorry for talking my mouth full, folks. Just to recap real quick, we did do a bread pudding, took some sour cream, some brown sugar, a little bit of vanilla extract, cinnamon, some eggs, half and half, and some French rolls, some used French rolls we had around here at the house anyway, and some raisin bread. Put that in the pan, poured that custard that we mixed up all over it, pushed that down, and we baked that off at 375 for about an hour or so, took it off, let it brown on the top. For the Cîroc French Vanilla Sauce, we took a half a cup of butter, a cup of sugar, 2 cups of water. We brought that to a boil. Once that got all boiled down to reduce by half, about 25 minutes later, we added in 2 tablespoons of Cîroc French Vanilla vodka and the rest of that water, about another half cup of water, and let that go and cook down. And there you have it. As always, folks, we really would appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you'll know when we're here. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. And once I learn the lingo for TikTok, I'll tell you to follow us on the TikTok thing too. If you have any questions, comments, criticism, or suggestions, please email us at askme@createsimplemeals.com. It should be showing up there on the bottom of that screen. And as always, folks, you know when it comes to cooking, there's only 3 rules we have. You must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. So until next time, I will see you right here on Create Simple Meals. See you soon, folks.